Melissa, I want a divorce.
Huh? What's wrong with you, Ben? What are you talking about? You're gone for 3 days and then you finally contact me. And that's what you say?
I was racking my brain over this the whole time. I had to be true to myself, but then again, if I say it, there is no turning back. But I finally made up my mind, and before I lose confidence in myself again, I decided to come right out and say it.
Oh, yeah. So why? What's the reason for this sudden life-altering decision?
Yeah. Well, there's this girl. And I kind of like her. No, I love her and I want to marry her, so her name is...
Tammy, right?
Huh? Why did you...
You're really dense, aren't you? I knew a long time ago that you and my little sister Tammy were sneaking around behind my back. I wanted definite proof, so I even hired a private investigator to check you guys out.
Huh? But how? Where did we screw up?
Actually, it was pretty easy. Tammy wasn't really discreet about the relationship. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure she wanted me to find out.
You're not serious.
She would upload photos to Instagram, sort of hinting at the relationship. You should check it out for yourself.
Hinting? What do you mean? I saw those photos. There is nothing outrageous.
Look a little closer. There are little messages in there. There's one where you turn it upside down and it reads, "I love Ben." Just the other day, she uploaded a photo with the caption, "Dinner with my boo," and I could see her reflection in the wine glass.
Holy crap! Are you serious?
Like I said, I hired a private investigator to check you guys out and to collect all the evidence. I'll give you that divorce, but you will pay for it. Literally.
Pay for it? You mean pay compensation?
Bingo! If you were racking your brains to finally come to a decision, you must have thought about that.
But Tammy said, you being her sister, she was sure that you would not go that far. They wouldn't demand compensation.
Sorry to disappoint you, Ben. Reality is a bitch. My lawyer will draw up papers for the compensation demand. It makes no difference if you're family or not. You have to face up to the consequences. You're living at Tammy's place now, right? I probably won't get much out of you with your meager salary. But my lawyer will be visiting you, so I suggest you take his advice. Or this thing will go to court and it will just cost you more time and money, and less time with your beloved Tammy. I urge you to do the right thing.
Hey sis, how are ya? Did you get a call from Ben yesterday? You knew about the divorce. Shocker, huh? So, did you think about it? When did you decide this is gonna happen? Sooner the better.
You're being a bit hasty, don't you think? You can't make a decision about these things in a day or two. It's more complicated than that.
All you have to do is sign the divorce papers and submit them. That's it, right? What's so hard about that? Doesn't seem too complicated to me. You're just dragging your heels. You don't want this divorce. He doesn't love you anymore. Just give it up for God's sake.
Am I experiencing deja vu? A repeat of yesterday?
What are you talking about?
Compensation.
Huh?
You guys are planning to blow everything open one of these days anyway. I'm sure you thought about compensation. That's what a husband usually does when he cheats on his wife.
Oh, come on, Melissa. Are you serious? You're going to demand money from your own sister?
Reality is a bitch. Sister or ex-husband, demanding compensation in such matters, it makes not difference at all.
Am I hearing you right? I'm your own flesh and blood, for God's sake.
You guys went behind my back and had an affair. Legally, you're obligated to pay up. Family or otherwise, life's a bitch.
Yeah, you already said that. All right. Ben will probably work things out anyway. Have it your way.
My lawyer will be visiting you guys soon, so I will expect full compensation for stealing my husband away from me.
Hey sis, Tammy here. Hey, the compensation was deposited into your bank account already, right?
Yeah, I confirmed it yesterday, so I submitted the divorce papers right after that.
Great, thanks for that. You know what? We already submitted our marriage registration at City Hall today.
Wow, that was fast.
Not fast enough. I wanted to be Ben's wife for so long, and that day has finally come. I'm ecstatic. Boy, oh boy, you don't know how happy I am. This is a dream come true for me.
I'm actually grateful. There was no need to take this to court. That would have been a complete hassle, to be honest.
Huh? Court? What are you talking about?
Nothing that complicated. Actually, I was thinking of divorcing Ben way before you guys started seeing each other. But if he refused when we had to go to court, it would have taken time and money. It would have been one big hassle. But just my luck, you guys started to see each other behind my back, and eventually Ben came to me begging for a divorce. Man, what a stroke of luck.
Oh, really? Actually, you sound more like a sore loser to me.
Can I ask you something, Tammy?
What? I'm actually feeling great now, so yeah, ask away.
What was so great about Ben? What was it that attracted you to him? Seriously, I really want to know.
Huh? Well, it was...
It may seem kind of strange for me to say. After all, I was married to him, but seeing all your past boyfriends, Ben just didn't seem the type that you would be attracted to.
Oh my god, Melissa, never thought I'd see the day that you'd be so totally defeated.
Defeated?
I mean, you make him sound so disagreeable. He's actually a really cool guy. Very reliable if you get my meaning. You're like a dog with its tail between its legs, scampering away.
Okay, I see. Well, I got what I wanted, so I have no complaints. All that's left is for him to gather up his things here and move out. Then we are completely done.
Huh? Hold on a second, Melissa. It's you that has to gather up your things.
Huh? Now why would I do that?
Come on, sis. That house. Ben bought that house, right? It's in his name, right? The house is way too big for you alone. A nice little 5-bedroom house with a garden and a patio. What I've always wanted. I plan to have Mom and Dad live there with us, so we're getting ready to move in, so I would appreciate that you move out as soon as possible. As you know, Mom and Dad don't get along with you, so no way we can all live together. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, Mom and Dad have always been on your side. I hated that environment growing up, and that's why I left home after graduating from high school.
Yeah, so you're aware of the situation, so I need you out of that house as soon as possible.
But you're forgetting one important fact. This house, it belongs to a friend of mine, a married couple I'm very friendly with.
Huh? What the hell are you blabbering on about?
My friends are currently stationed overseas. They are stationed over there for 3 years, so they asked me to look after their home until they return. But they're scheduled to return in 2 weeks, so I'm currently getting ready to move out.
Hold it a sec. Wait, what?
When Ben and I got married 2 years ago, he was well aware of the fact.
You're kidding me!
Hey, Melissa. Please pick up. Let's get back together. Please. I told Tammy and her parents that my part-time job paid $1,200 a month. They almost crucified me.
Wow, I saw it coming, but that was fast.
They all thought I was a full-time worker at that office. And at that house that your friend owns. They thought it was mine. That I inherited or something. I don't know where the hell they got that idea. That house is huge. They figured I must have a good paying job to be able to afford such a house.
Boy, you really haven't changed.
This isn't funny! What am I going to do? After that, they made me sign the divorce papers and kicked me out of the house. I'm staying in the park by the school now. What am I going to do? Could you come pick me up? Please, Melissa. I have no one to turn to.
The park by the school? That's right near where my folks and Tammy live. No way I'm going down there. I really don't want to be anywhere near them.
My folks live really far away. Besides, after I said I was going to divorce you, they cut ties with me. They said they never want to see me again. I have nowhere to go. I'm going to have to sleep right here in this park.
There's a Days Inn down the block. Get a room there.
I would, but I have no money.
Huh?
I quit my part-time job yesterday.
Wait a sec. You quit? Why'd you go and do that?
Well, Tammy said we would be living with her parents once we got married, so I figured she meant she wanted me to live with her folks at their home. If I was to live at their house, well, it takes more than an hour to my job, so I thought I would look for a job closer by. But they were getting all packed and ready to go to that house, the one your friend owns. They told me that the house they were living in was only a rental, and they terminated the lease on both the house and Tammy's apartment today.
Okay, let me get this straight. You thought you were going to live with them, and they thought they were going to live with you. Got your wires all crossed. Now you guys have nowhere to live. That about right?
I paid your compensation as the lawyer instructed. Otherwise, it would go to court, and I don't have any money to hire a lawyer. How did I even get myself into this mess? The only option I have left is to get back together with you.
You're not serious. Not on your life.
Huh? But I have nothing.
Now that it's all come to this, ever since the company you worked for went bankrupt, you've been content with that part-time job, not bothering to look for a real job. My take-home pay was way better than yours. You treated me as if I was your ATM machine. Always asking for handouts. I was getting sick and tired of it. I wanted to divorce you even before I found out you were cheating on me.
Please, give me another chance. I'll look for a full-time job right away, so please help me out here.
A little late for that, don't you think? I never want to see you again. See ya!
Please, Melissa, don't abandon me. I'm sorry.
Melissa, you there? You said you were moving out of that house. Where are you going? Give me the address, right away.
Excuse me? I have no reason to tell you. Why would I even tell you guys?
If you don't tell us, what are we supposed to do? Sleep in the park?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I really have to go.
We were planning on living in that house. We already terminated our lease on the house and I moved out of my apartment last week. So we have nowhere to go. So, the only place we have left is to live at your new place. So come on, give me your address.
That's not going to happen.
Huh? Why is that? I can't believe you. Your family's in trouble and you're not going to give us a helping hand? You're cruel.
You really think I'm going to help a sister who stole my husband and my so-called parents who encouraged her? Who in their right mind would help people like you? Family or otherwise. Anyway, we cut all family ties, right? You people mean nothing to me.
Okay, then I will reinstate you as a family member. How's that? We could be one big family again. So tell us where you're moving to.
Sorry, but I would rather you not reinstate me. I have no intention of being part of this so-called one big family.
Huh? But...
Besides, the place I'm moving to is my company dormitory. I can't have strangers sleeping over.
Huh? A company dorm?
Yeah, it's a woman's only dorm. There are strict rules, especially regarding unauthorized people living there. There's a custodian in the lobby that checks employee IDs.
What? When did all this happen? Why you? Why do you get special treatment? What about us?
What's the problem? Just find another place to live. Lease a house or get an apartment somewhere. Maybe you can get Dad to ask his company. I'm sure they have employee apartments, temporarily even. He should get advice from his company. I'm sure they'll help him out somehow. Mine did.
Dad quit his job last month.
Excuse me?
He thought Ben was making loads of money, so he figured Ben would support him and we could live in that big house. He didn't think it was necessary to work anymore, so he retired early. He got a paltry retirement pay, but after paying you, well, there was not much left.
My God, you guys really screwed things up.
What am I gonna do, Melissa? Please help us out. It's the least you can do.
Please, don't come begging to me for help.
Huh?
I will say this one last time. I have no intention of continuing any family relationship with a sister who stole my husband and parents who backed her up. I have no family. Simple as that.
Come on, please, Melissa. We're family. Don't abandon us.
After that conversation, I thought that was the end of it, but the next day, my sister and my parents came barging into my office demanding to see me. Fortunately, I was not there. I retired from that company years ago. That was my old place of employment, but they still accused the receptionist of lying and insisted that she bring me out. They continued in this vein for hours until the police were eventually called. A relative was finally located and had to come to the police station to bail them out. They reluctantly returned to this relative's small farmhouse in the countryside. The relative's house is quite a distance away, so I will probably never see them again. As for Ben, he talked his way into a friend's place for a few nights, which apparently turned into a few weeks. On top of that, his friend borrowed money in his name and, one day, just up and disappeared, leaving him holding the bag. Well, he ended up being in debt to some scary people. I hear he's working his butt off at one of their warehouses somewhere. Not a very promising environment to be in. I would hate to be in his shoes. He's still young. Maybe he'll make it out alive.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Deb, you have some real nerve. Do you know that? I mean, really, just what kind of game are you trying to play here? I want to know why you're hanging out with my fiancé so much. Just what are you getting at? Wait, what? What is all this about? Who even are you and how did you get my number? Wait a second, I recognize the name now. Isn't this Lindsay? We used to work together, right? I remember now, I used to be your supervisor. That's right. I'm glad you deem me worthy enough to remember. But what I want to know is just what do you think you're doing hanging around with my boyfriend all the time? Your boyfriend? I don't even know who that is. Oh, don't you play dumb with me. You're not fooling anyone at all, you know. Just come out and admit it. You've been stalking my boyfriend for a long time now, and I know it. You think that I'm stalking someone? I literally don't even know the person who I would be stalking. This is just ridiculous. What's ridiculous is the fact that you're almost 50 years old now, right? So what I want to know is why an old hag like you is hanging around with a young man in his 20s. Don't you see how wrong that is for you to do that? Look, Lindsay, I can promise you that I'm not stalking anyone at all, okay? You're lying to me and I know it. I've seen you do it myself so many times. I know that you're stalking my boyfriend, and it is seriously starting to piss me off, so just quit it. I still literally don't even know who you're talking about right now. I talk to and hang out with a lot of different people, so it's possible that your boyfriend is one of those people, but you still haven't even told me who that is. Tall guy, always wears a suit, broad shoulders. Does that ring enough bells for you? I work in an office where everyone wears suits, so no, if that's all you have to describe this person, then I still have no clue. Why don't you just tell me this person's name so we can stop playing this text version of Guess Who? You really think that I'm going to use my boyfriend's name in a conversation with his stalker? I wouldn't dream of it. Well, that's your choice, I suppose. But I just really think that this is the least effective way to go about doing this. I don't remember asking your opinion on that. Just make sure that you keep away from my boyfriend. Do you understand me? I literally don't understand you because first of all, I'm not stalking anyone, and second of all, I'm married. I literally have a husband and a son. I don't believe this. You're even worse than I thought. You mean to tell me that you have a loving family at home and you choose to go after my poor boyfriend? Although, I bet if I had to guess, my boyfriend would probably have to be around the same age as your son. Which makes all of this even worse. You're disgusting trying to go after someone your son's age. You're an old, washed-up cow, and you need to learn to stick to your own age bracket. Got it? I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you that there is no stalking going on before you believe me. Shut up! I am sick and tired of having this conversation. Just make sure that you never, ever go near my boyfriend ever again. Oh, David, I'm home.
Welcome back, Mom. I really missed you. I can't believe your work sent you on an overseas business trip for 6 whole months.
Thank you, son. It really is nice to be back. I can't believe that I was gone for so long either. You know, I was actually supposed to arrive yesterday, but the weather was just awful. And then there were technical problems with my plane, and it was just a disaster.
Well, I'm just glad that you're back today. After all, I'm getting married tomorrow, and I was worried that you weren't gonna make it when you told me you were pushing your arrival back.
I really am sorry for worrying you. I was pretty worried about missing it myself. More than that, though, I feel so bad that I haven't been able to meet your fiancé once. I know that you both started dating a while before I left, but we were always so busy, and then I left for my trip.
Well, don't worry. You two will have plenty of time to get to know each other from here on out, and you'll finally get to meet her at the wedding. I've told her all about you, so I think you should just rest up and get ready for tomorrow.
That's very sweet of you, David. And yes, I really should go get some rest and prepare for tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow for the big day.
Have a nice night, Mom.
You too, sweetie. I'm so proud of you. Okay, now you've really gone too far, Deb. Just what the heck do you think you're doing at my wedding right now, huh? I thought I told you to stay away from my boyfriend, so why are you here on my big day? Please don't tell me that the boyfriend you were telling me to stay away from back then is the same man that you're marrying now.
Of course it is. David's my fiancé, and by the end of the day, he'll be my husband. But before that can happen, I needed to make sure that you left so you didn't ruin the whole thing. I know that you were up to something.
And is that really your excuse for what you did to me? The moment you saw my face, you grabbed me by the collar and dragged me out of the venue and threw me on the lawn. Then, when I tried to get back in, you told the staff to make sure that I didn't step a foot inside. Just what are you trying to pull with that, huh?
What do you mean, what am I planning? My plan is to keep an old cradle robber like you out of my wedding so that I can marry my fiancé in peace.
Be that as it may, I'm only here to watch my son get married.
Well, you must have gotten the wrong place, because the only wedding happening here today is ours.
That's exactly what I mean. This is the wedding that I'm trying to attend. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I have no idea what you're saying. Maybe you're already getting Alzheimer's, you old hag.
Let me spell this out for you then. David is my son. I am David's mother. Get it now?
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Okay, let's make this even simpler. My last name is Fairbanks, right? David's last name is Fairbanks. Are you starting to put it together now? I don't know if you just never picked up on that or just didn't bother to even ask to see a picture of your own fiancé's mother. And I'm also sorry that as his mother, I didn't make more of an effort to meet you.
You're not making any sense at all right now, Deb. I mean, just how can David be your son? I guess the ages would make sense for you to be his mom, but just because you have the same last name doesn't mean you two are related. Besides, I remember that in the office you used to go by Baker.
Right. Well, that was my maiden name.
Your maiden name? Are you kidding me?
I guess I'll explain all this to you too. When I first started working for the company where you later joined, I was unmarried and all the paperwork there had me under my maiden name. Apparently, it would have been a lot of paperwork and a big hassle to edit everything in the system, so I just told my boss to not worry about it and keep using my maiden name for simplicity's sake. I think that if you ask around where you work for other women who started single and got married on the job, you'll see that this isn't uncommon.
No, that can't be right. You're just making up excuses and trying to confuse me, aren't you? You really think that I'm going to be fooled by some perverted grandma like you so easily?
Sounds to me like you just don't want to admit that I'm really David's mother.
Of course I don't want to admit that because it's simply not true. David told me that his mom manages her own company that deals with overseas trade. Basically, she's the total opposite of the sad, pathetic stalker that you are. She's actually done something with her life and owns her own company. She even went on a business trip for 6 months in another country. I doubt you've ever done anything like that in your life. And today is going to be the first day that I meet her.
Well, you were mostly correct about everything that you just said. You mean like the part about you being a pathetic stalker? I'm well aware. Anyways, why don't you go ahead and tell David that his mother has gone home? Wait, what do you mean? Just tell him that you and I had a chance to meet and that I went home afterwards. I can't believe you're still trying to peddle this lie to me.
Hey, Mom, where are you? I've been waiting around since early this morning to see you. I really want you to come and meet Lindsay before everything starts.
Oh, we actually just met, dear. Didn't you hear from Lindsay?
What do you mean, so you're here already?
Well, about 20 minutes ago, I introduced myself, and she started screaming about how I was stalking you. Then she threw me out of the venue and prevented me from going back in. Just mention her old boss, Miss Baker. I'm sure she'll get the message.
Lindsay said that you were stalking me. I don't get it.
She did, and now I'm on my way to the emergency room.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, when she threw me out of your wedding, I tripped down some stairs and fell on my knee. It's starting to swell up a bit, so I think I need to get it checked out.
But I don't get it. Besides, didn't you come with Dad? Where is he?
Your dad was busy parking the car, and then apparently he forgot something and had to go back to the parking lot. It was all while he was away that this happened. But he's with me now and taking me to the hospital. Anyways, if you wouldn't mind telling Lindsay that I'm actually your mother, I think it would save us all a lot of time.
Right, got it.
This can't be happening. I don't believe it. You really were his mother this whole time. Why didn't you tell me before I did what I did? But I did tell you. I explained to you in great detail, actually. But you should have done more to make me understand. Well, I wanted to tell you in person, but before I could get a word out, you threw me down the steps. After that, I had no choice but to type it all out for you. Except you decided to ignore all of that and continue to treat me like a stalker. But that's only because I really did think you were lying. I mean, I thought that you were just some jealous old lady who quit because she knew she couldn't compete with me. But I had no idea that you left to start your own business and travel all over the world. Well, you basically took the words from my mouth. I only left that old job to start my own business. Me quitting didn't have anything to do with you, though. It didn't at all? Although I do remember you quite clearly from those days, and it doesn't seem like you've changed one bit. But please come back to the wedding. It's okay now that I know you're really David's mom. I believe you now. I'm afraid I couldn't do that if I wanted to. I'm at the hospital right now because of what you did to my knee. So, you won't come back? David, please, you have to reconsider. I really am so sorry. I didn't do it to be mean. I just made a little mistake.
I just want to ask one thing, Lindsay. When you saw me walk up to you with my mom, did you really think that I was just having a casual chat with a woman who was stalking me? It's not like I haven't shown you any picture of my mom. Did you really just not realize that her and my so-called stalker were the same person?
I just don't remember, that's all.
You've got to be kidding me.
I really didn't know they were the same person.
Even if you didn't, you acted before you even bothered checking who my mom really was. You didn't even try to use your words or act like a responsible adult. And that's why I knew that I just couldn't marry you.
Please, we can still make this work.
Maybe you can, but I can't. I never want to hear from you again.
When I got to the hospital on the day of what was supposed to be my son's wedding, I was grateful that my doctor said my knee wasn't seriously injured. Apparently, Lindsay somehow heard that the injuries were quite light and tried to use that to get David to take her back. She told him that I was going to make a full recovery and that in the end there was no permanent damage, so there was no point in canceling the marriage. In response, David told her that he was going to send her my hospital bills, as well as the cancellation fees for all their wedding plans. When she heard just how much that was going to be in total, she knew she couldn't pay it and begged even harder to put this all behind them. Of course, my son just ignored her, but Lindsay didn't give up and continued to follow David around, begging him to take her back. Finally, David felt like he had no choice but to go to the court and ask for a restraining order from his crazy stalker.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Sophie. I just got done with my shift.
Hey, Carl.
Did you sign the marriage certificate yet?
Yeah, a while ago. Now we just need to take it to the courthouse. About that, though, I'm pretty busy right now. Would it be okay to wait a few weeks?
I'm busy too, but I want to get married as soon as possible, Sophie.
Okay, well then how about we coordinate our schedules so we can go there together?
You're just an office worker, Sophie. You have no reason to be tired after work. I'm working the night shift at a construction site. I'd rather not have to go all the way out there before my shift or on my day off. Can't you just go by yourself? And today was super rough, too. I really just want to go to bed now.
Well, I guess I see where you're coming from. Our apartment is pretty far from the courthouse.
If possible, could you do it this week? We're already living together and all.
I'll check my schedule and see if there's a day I can do it. But this is a super busy time for me, so I can't make any guarantees. Carl! I'd rather say this on the phone, but I know you're at work, so I'm sending this by line. My dad's condition took a turn for the worse, so I'm leaving work early to go down to my parents' house to pick up my mom and go to the hospital. I'm gonna have to help Mom out with a lot of stuff now, so I'm probably gonna stay there for a couple of nights. I'd appreciate if you could stop by whenever you get a chance. I'll talk to you later. Carl, I sent you both a line message and a voicemail about my dad. Why didn't you come by the house for the visitation? You haven't even been by to give my mom your condolences. If something's up, I wish you'd tell me. How am I supposed to know what's going on if you don't say anything? I'll come by the apartment to see you this afternoon. Hey, Carl. I just got to the station. I'll be there in about 10 minutes.
Wow, you're finally coming back? Took you long enough.
Carl! My dad just died and you haven't even sent me a text. What is going on with you? What have you been doing? Are you alright? Are you sick or something? Is that why you didn't come to the funeral?
Yeah, I'm sick alright. Sick of being married to you.
Huh? Carl, what are you saying?
I want a divorce. I taped the divorce papers to the front door. So take them to the courthouse when you leave.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
I don't believe you. You taped the divorce papers to the front door? What if someone came by and saw them? Why couldn't you at least put them inside the apartment?
Glad to see you picked up the divorce papers. Now hurry up and submit them. Oh, and by the way, don't go spending my share of your dad's inheritance on anything stupid, got it?
Huh? Inheritance? No way. I thought it was odd timing how you pushed for us to get married quickly after my dad went in the hospital, so I was suspicious, but you were really just after my dad's inheritance?
So what if I was? We're divorcing now, so I don't care what you think about me anymore. Hey, think of it this way. Now you see the kind of guy I really am. Doesn't that make you want to hurry up and divorce me?
You're absolutely right. I'm utterly revolted by you. Let's break up.
Okay, well let me know when the inheritance money comes through.
Why?
Were you not paying attention? We may be divorcing now, but when your dad died, I was your husband, right? So like I said, don't go spending my share on anything stupid.
Wow, you really don't know, do you?
Know what?
You're not getting anything.
Huh?
My dad didn't leave a will, so only his legal heirs are entitled to receive any share of his estate.
Yeah, and I'm your husband, and your dad's son-in-law.
And? His only legal heirs are my mom, my sister, and me.
So that means...
You're not getting a cent. You're not an heir.
No way!
This is pretty common knowledge. It's pretty crazy you didn't know this, seeing as you only married me for my inheritance.
Well, in any case, I still get my share when we divide up our assets. I know your dad's estate was massive. He was worth millions. So, even if it's divided between the three of you, you're still set to receive a massive payout. I'll take half of that, which should be at least a couple $100,000.
Did you do any research before you hatched this plot of yours? Inheritance isn't subject to division during a divorce.
No! Come on!
You're terrible at evil plots, Carl.
This sucks! What was the point of even marrying you?
I hate to break it to you, but we were never actually married.
Really?
I never submitted the marriage certificate.
You didn't? I told you to take care of it last week!
Yes, and I told you that I was incredibly busy at work and wasn't sure I was going to be able to or not. Didn't you think I would have told you if I did?
God, this sucks.
Boy, I sure was lucky you're such a lazy moron. You shoving it off onto me is the only thing that kept me from having to deal with lawyers and courts and all that nonsense during the divorce proceedings.
I'm not a moron!
My dad must be watching out for me from heaven.
How could you do this to me? We were supposed to get married!
What? What on earth do you mean?
You know what I mean! We were engaged!
In any case, don't come to the apartment tonight. This apartment is in your name, so you can keep it. I'll clear out my stuff tonight, so don't come back until tomorrow morning.
Hold on a minute! So, how much money am I getting from you?
None!
Come on! Give me something!
No! Bye!
Hey! What's up with this bill you sent me? Why do I have to pay you $50,000?
I think my lawyer will give you more information soon. But you were cheating on me, weren't you?
Oh, that. But we were never officially married, right? Doesn't count!
The law says I can sue you because you were my fiancé.
Unreal.
Oh, and since we were also planning the wedding, there was a cancellation fee of 20% of the estimate, as well as fees to the venue, caterer, etc.
So I gotta pay that too?
Additionally, you withdrew money from my savings account while I was at my parents' house for my dad's funeral, didn't you?
You knew about that?
I have no idea when you figured out what my security key was, and I guess I should have been more careful. But that's my money and I want it back. Every last cent, got it? That all adds up to $50,000.
Hold on!
What now?
I'm actually in a lot of debt.
Yep, and you were trying to use my savings to pay off as much of it as you could before the breakup, right?
You knew about that?
Did you think I was just gonna give you a quick and easy split without taking what's mine?
Kinda.
Chalk that up as yet another one of your embarrassing miscalculations. I'm having your parents keep track of where you're living and what you're doing, so there's no running away from this. You owe me $50,000 and you will pay every last cent.
Give me a break, Sophie! I'm gonna have to take out more debt now! Hey, Sophie! What the hell is going on?
Oh, hi, Carl. It's been a while. What's up?
I'm at your parents' house right now!
Why?
Who's that guy, Sophie? How could you betray me like this?
What are you on about? It's been over a year since we broke up, Carl.
Just tell me who that guy is!
Wait, I think you're at my parents' old house.
Old house?
We sold the house.
You did?
My sister and her husband ended up taking over my dad's company, so my mom decided to go and live with them. Since no one would be living there anymore, it didn't make any sense to just let it sit there collecting dust. So we had a realtor sell it for us. We found a buyer surprisingly quickly. So I could only imagine that guy that you're referring to is the person who bought the house from us and is living there now.
Oh. Oh no. This is bad.
What did you do, Carl?
I, thought you guys still lived there, so I went to the wine cellar and drank some of the vintage wine.
You did what?
Then that guy came running down from the main floor and started yelling at me. So I ran and locked myself in the bathroom. I thought maybe we could make up and get back together.
What were you thinking? I will never get back together with you.
But you were saying on Twitter that you wanted to get back together with your old boyfriend.
I don't use Twitter, Craig.
But the account was Sophie.
Do you think I'm the only Sophie in the world? That wasn't my account.
No way!
Also, do you have any idea how expensive the vintage wine you drank was? How much did you drink?
A bottle. Or two.
Well, I hope you're ready to pay up.
Oh no. Does this mean I'm gonna have to take out more debt again?
Not my problem.
Can I borrow some money from you, Sophie?
I can't believe I forgot to block you a year ago.
Sophie, no!
Carl paid the $50,000 I demanded he pay, so I thought I was finally rid of him. But Carl went berserk over this Sophie account on Twitter that he thought was me. The police ended up getting called and everything. It was a huge deal. Also, it turned out the wine Carl drank was a very special vintage wine worth over $20,000. And he paid the new owner of the house a lump sum for that, as well as the broken window he got in from. I have no idea how he managed to come up with the money, but his parents told me in their regular reports that he's a bigger problem than we're able to deal with, so we handed him over to his financer. I have no idea what that could mean. But then again, I don't particularly want to know, so I decided to forget about the whole thing.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Casey, when will you be getting home? It's already 6 p.m., you know? I'm sorry. My meeting lasted a little longer than I expected. I'm just about to get on the train home. You've been coming home later and later these days. My boy Bradley sat here waiting with a growling stomach. Do you intend to make my son starve? I am sure that you're more than capable of sneaking out of meetings at work. Please make more of an effort, young lady. Your husband's dinner is far more important than your meetings, anyway. No, this was an important meeting about one of our collaboration products with another company. I'm in a position of responsibility on this project, so there's no way I can leave before the end of a meeting. Ugh, stop making excuses. To focus single-mindedly on work while abandoning your essential duties as a wife, such as looking after your husband, is simply not acceptable. My son has no need for such a sloth of a wife. He'll divorce you, I say. Divorce. Looking after him? Come on, Bradley's a fully grown man, not a baby. Plus, he's unemployed right now and spends all of his time at home. Do not talk back to me, young lady. Sorry. It's gonna be a little while longer before I get home, though. So if he's really desperate for something to eat, you're more than welcome to use whatever's in the fridge to make something to eat between yourselves. What? Do you seriously intend to make your mother-in-law into some cheap imitation kitchen maid? Oh, have you no shame? I've never heard of such cheek. I'll have him divorce you if you're not careful. No, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Just forget I said anything. We won't be waiting for you any longer. Bradley's so hungry he's going to pass out if he doesn't eat soon. We'll find a sushi restaurant or someplace to eat out tonight, so we won't be needing any supper from the likes of you.
Hold on. Where are you going to get the money for that?
Oh, good grief. You really are a failure of a wife. Oh, my son picked the short straw with you, didn't he? I'll have him divorce you before long. I mean it. Brad, are you there? You got a minute?
What is it? I was just about to go to sleep. Besides, if you want to say something, why not just come and talk to me? Why do you need to send messages when we're in the same house?
But if I come to speak to you, your mom will probably overhear us. Anyway, it's about your mother. Is there no way we can live separately? This arrangement with the three of us, it's just not working.
What? For God's sakes, you're not going on about my mom again, are you?
To tell the truth, Brad, I'm extremely stressed. I agreed to have her live with us because I felt bad about her being lonely after your dad passed away. But she's causing me so much stress, it's unreal. Does she think I'm some kind of slave? She forces me to do all the housework despite the fact that I'm working long hours. Not only that, but she barely ever lifts a finger herself. If there's ever anything she doesn't like, even just a little bit, she immediately brings up divorce and threatens to make you end the marriage with me. What's more, despite the fact she makes absolutely no money and contributes nothing to the household finances, she goes out to restaurants on lavish spending sprees, always bringing home bagloads of frivolous junk. There's no other way to put it, Brad. I've reached my limit, and I can't take it anymore.
What can I do? You can complain about her as much as you like, but she doesn't have anywhere else to go. She sold the family home when my dad died. We're the ones who took her in. I can hardly send her packing now, can I? The only money she has to her name is her pension. So when she says she can't afford to contribute, she's not lying. Plus, without my dad, she's super lonely. Surely it wouldn't hurt to indulge her selfishness just a little bit every now and then.
This goes beyond the level of mere selfishness. She sneers and barks orders at me, tells me I'm not fit to eat in the same room as her, forces me to eat nothing but leftovers, demands that you, being the husband, must always be the first to use the bathtub, with her, being the all-important mother-in-law, using it second. Then, when my turn finally does come around, there are even times where she lets the water out before I can get in. For some strange reason, she constantly gives me midnight sermons on how a wife should act, so I can't even sleep half the time because of her incessant preaching. Since she moved in with us a year ago, I lost 10 kilograms from not eating properly due to all the stress. This is malicious bullying, plain and simple. It's a miracle I managed to tolerate her this long, and the only reason I did is because she's your mom. But I'm sick of being treated like I'm not even human. I've reached my limit. Please, Brad, have her move somewhere else. Maybe an apartment or a shared house or something? I don't know. Just anywhere but here. If that's impossible, at the very least, could you please tell her to stop treating me this way? If you don't do something, I'm going to lose it.
Fine. Sheesh, woman, I get it. I'll mention it at some point if I remember. Anyway, more importantly, I need $250.
What? $250? What are you going to use it for?
Travel expenses. I'm looking for work right now, so I need money for bus fares and trains and stuff.
What? But I gave you money for travel expenses not that long ago. You get $100 a month for that already.
That's pocket change. I already used it all. Get real, woman. $100 just doesn't cover it. Give me $250.
Wait, you're not... No way. Are you visiting casinos again?
What? Come on, it's not like it's a problem. I don't go very often, and I hardly spend anything when I do. It's a way for me to let off steam after the hours I spent job hunting.
You haven't forgotten that you lost your last job because you got caught sneaking out of the office and visiting casinos when you were supposed to be working, have you? You got on your knees and swore you'd never visit a casino again, Brad. You swore. In spite of that, you're at it again. And this time, you're blowing the money that I give you on travel expenses on the slots? If that's where it's going, you'll never get another cent out of me.
Oh, give it a rest, woman! You're like a broken record. Nag, 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 nag. It's up to me how I spend my time. Are you saying I'm banned from relaxing to take my mind off the stress of trying to find a job now? Who gave you the authority to do that? The only thing you're good for is bringing in money anyway. If you can't even toss me a few dollars when I'm in a pinch, then what the hell do you bring to the table?
What? What does that mean? The only reason I have to work like a dog now is because you got fired for acting like a moron. Job hunting? Give me a break. All you do is laze around on the sofa like a sack of potatoes. Then you have the nerve to spend the money I give you for getting around town on the slots? You have no right to be angry with me.
Oh, just button it already. Nag, nag, nag. You think you're so much better than me just because you happen to have a job, don't you? Screw this. I'm going to sleep.
Wait, Brad. Excuse me? Casey, answer me. What is it? I'm at work right now. I hear you've been complaining to Brad again, giving him a hard time because he's struggling to find work. How dare you go whining to him behind my back? You really are a spiteful, underhanded cretin of a woman. What? One thing you don't seem to understand about my son is that he's recharging his batteries right now. Oh, he's deeply depressed because things didn't work out at his last company. Any normal wife would be trying to make her husband feel better right now. Oh, but far from it. You're actually going on the attack. You're atrocious. You're a devil, I tell you. A devil. There's nothing for it but divorce. The fact that you're messaging me like this now must mean that Brad just woke up from his hibernation on the sofa and told you about the conversation me and him had yesterday, right? I bet he told you about what I said about him finding a job and nothing else. Am I right? Ugh, I give up. Now you listen to me, and you listen well, young lady. You need to make more of an effort to stand up for your husband. You need to have his back. Just because you happen to have a job doesn't make you any better than him. Right, sure, I'm sorry. I'm occupied with work right now, so would you be kind enough to tell me off later instead? I'm busy. Oh, good grief, look at you. A fully grown woman bragging about having a job like it's some kind of special achievement. Tell me, Casey, what good is a woman who does nothing but work? Ugh, I'll never get any grandchildren with a daughter-in-law like you. How about you fulfill your feminine duties as a wife for a change? I must be the unluckiest, most mistreated mother-in-law in the whole world. Aren't you at least big enough to admit your wrongdoing and walk away with some dignity? Ugh, get a divorce. You're really annoying me now. Would you just shut up for once? What? How dare you? What has gotten into you today? Where did this rebellious attitude come from all of a sudden? Know your place, young lady. Who do you think the mistress of this household is? If you defy me, I'll have my son divorce you. Okay, divorce it is. Huh? Have it your way. I'll divorce him. It's not like I particularly enjoy being married to an unemployed leech anyway. Nor do I take any great pleasure in having to live with his parasitic megalomaniac old hag of a mother. I'm tossing that egotistical, jobless douchebag in the gutter, where he belongs. Divorce, divorce, divorce! Divorce! Let's do it. I'm ready. Wait! What's gotten into you, Casey? Is this some kind of joke? Are you being serious? You'd actually go through with it? You see, the thing is, you should have known that there was a limit to how much of your crap I was willing to tolerate. What? Did you think I was just gonna shut my mouth forever like an obedient little slave while you hurled abuse at me? Are you and Brad actually aware of your current positions? What good is a woman who does nothing but work, you ask? How about putting food on the table for you and your waste of a space man-child of a son? Who did you think it is who's putting a roof over your heads? Who do you think it is who's looking after you and enabling your lazy deadbeat lifestyles? Go on, think about it. This one's really easy. Well? Oh my God, Casey, what's gotten into you? This isn't like you at all. It's not that something's gotten into me. It's that you think you can manipulate and take advantage of me and my kindness. Ask yourself, do you think I enjoy feeding, clothing, and providing shelter for a malicious, bullying old hag of a mother-in-law? The only reason I reluctantly agreed to you living here in the first place was due to my mercy and kindness, because I felt bad about you living all on your own after your husband died. And this is how you repay me? By walking around like you own the place and treating me like your slave? Then you have the nerve to threaten me with divorce when you don't get your own way? Do you have any awareness of how arrogant and shameless your behavior is? Well, are you going to answer me, you miserable sponging witch? No, but taking care of your mother-in-law is the decent thing to do. What? I'm not sure what common decencies like that apply to sponging vagrants. You are also aware that I'm not your daughter, right? Even still, I wouldn't tolerate this from my own mom. So what do you think gives you the right? If you were actually my mom, I'd be just as eager to get you out of my life. No, wait! Casey, I may not be your mother, but surely this is still no way to talk to your mother-in-law. And what on earth is with all this coarse, vulgar language? You barbarian! It's just as I thought all along. You are simply not suitable to be my son's wife. It's divorce for you! Divorce! Get out! I already told you I'm divorcing him. However, the only ones who need to get out are you two. What? Why? Seems like you might have forgotten this minor detail, but the place you're currently living in rent-free, like the pair of grotesque parasitic termites you are, is the apartment I bought back when I was single. It's my name on the deed, and it's my apartment. What? Really? No way! You actually forgot? I did tell you before. Remember? It was the day you moved in. I gave you a thorough explanation about all the details regarding the living situation. Aren't you a little too young to be going senile? Well, now that you mention it, I think I might remember you telling me something along those lines. But you can hardly expect me to remember every conversation we had last year. The thing is, whether you remember or not makes zero difference to me. Once the divorce is finalized, you and the Sloth King will be packing your things and leaving for good. Because as I told you, you're living in my apartment. You'll no longer be my mother-in-law, and he'll no longer be my husband. And sadly, for you, I'm not the kind of person to let a pair of strangers live like bums in my house. Now, I'll be handing Brad the divorce papers when I get home today. Make sure the two of you get your belongings together, okay? Luckily for you, in my infinite generosity and benevolence, I'm willing to give you until tomorrow evening to get out. Don't think you'll be getting anything to eat, though. Casey, please, just wait. Surely you're not going to divorce him immediately. Today, you don't actually plan on kicking your husband and mother-in-law out on the streets, do you? I simply do not agree. The divorce isn't happening. I won't allow it. What the, why have you done a complete 180 all of a sudden? You seemed to be happy enough to walk all over me when you thought you could get away with it. You waved around the notion of a divorce like it was your prized family crest, using it as a pretext to say whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted. Then, the moment you realize things are no longer going in your favor, you're suddenly opposed to it? Don't make me laugh. What? You're the one who started all this in the first place. You wanted a fight, didn't you? All I did was give you what you wanted. You should be grateful. Don't you dare trying to start to worm your way out of it all of a sudden. And I won't allow it? Who do you think you are? Since when were you the queen? Did I miss your coronation? How about you try cultivating some awareness of your own position for once and putting a lid on that monstrous mouth of yours? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This is all my fault. It's too late to apologize now. I'm dead set on divorce, and nothing can change my mind. Make sure you're gone by tomorrow night. And let me make one thing abundantly clear. There will be no distribution of assets. Brad, the eternal NEET, has no savings of his own, and we have no shared accounts either. There's no money for him to receive, not a single cent. So don't bother trying to put in any claims. I would feel bad about throwing you out onto the streets without any clothes, so I'll allow you to take the bare minimum of clothing and everyday necessities with you. I take it you have no complaints about that? If I've made myself clear, hurry up and get out of my apartment. And take your good-for-nothing son with you. Oh my God! Please just wait. We don't have anywhere to live. We sold the family home when my husband passed. My pension doesn't amount to much either. Brad doesn't even have a job. Please. Oh, I see. Just so I understand, you'll be in dire straits because your son's a NEET and you have no place to stay and no money. Is that right? Okay, so what? Huh? That's not my problem. The fact that your son's a NEET, or that you have nowhere to stay, or that you have no money, none of these things are my fault. If you're struggling for money, you could always have Brad earn you both a living on the slots. And why can't you find a job? If you've got the energy to bully your daughter-in-law 24/7, then holding down a job shouldn't be a problem. Oh, I saw a local supermarket was recruiting the other day. Do that? Oh my God. God's not going to help you now, nor is playing the victim. And I mean, please, is this really any way for a fully grown woman to behave? If you don't have any money, then you work. Surely you at least understand that. You're not a child. Why? Why are you doing this? I think you know full well why. Because you defied the mistress of the household. When I got home from work that evening, I was met at the door by Brad and his mother-in-law on their knees. They begged and pleaded in unison, we're sorry for the way we behaved. But I shook them off and said, if you've got time to be groveling on the floor, you've got time to get your things together. For the first time in what felt like forever, I made some food just for myself and was able to take a bath at a leisurely pace when I felt like it for a change. Then, when I retired to my bedroom, I locked the door, put in some earplugs, and slept like a baby. The next day, the pair of them were desperately trying to butter me up by dashing around the house, making breakfast and cleaning up. Then, they got back on their knees and begged me once again. Please rethink the divorce. I swear I'll never set foot in a casino again. My response was to hand them the divorce papers and some bags full of their stuff. After which, I threatened to take them to court if they didn't sign the papers and get out by the end of the day. Brad panicked, reluctantly signed the papers and left, taking his mother-in-law with him. With that, I was officially freed of the termite infestation plaguing my house before the day was up. I was so happy about being freed from my in-law-induced slavery that I raised a toast and celebrated in lavish style. The pair of them moved into a scruffy 70-year-old apartment, which they somehow paid the rent on by scraping together what was left of Brad's mom's pension and Social Security money. Apparently, Brad finally started looking for work in earnest, and his mom got a part-time job at the supermarket. However, Brad's efforts didn't amount to anything, and he was constantly chided by his mom. Why are you forcing your aged mother to work? They got into thunderous shouting matches every day, and the neighbors, at their wits' end, started phoning in complaints. As things stand, it looks like they're on the verge of being kicked out. Again. They really are a pair of morons.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.